of the generation that is not going to allow this to happen again. Join our movement and help be a part of the change. Give the children a voice.
Welcome back to this special live edition of Facing South Florida. That sound that you just heard was with my guest, Adam Buchwald, who continues to remain here with us. I want to talk about the group that you created, Parents Promise to Their Kids, in a moment, but I just want to sort of just talk to you again for a second about that day, what that day was like for you. And I know that your brother is a freshman, and he was actually in the freshman building. You were in a different building during the shooting, but your brother was actually in the shooting and saw things that no freshman should ever have to see.
Yes. Again, my brother wasn't in the freshman building during that day of February 14th. It was a sad day, and I was actually in the 400 building on the outside of the school running towards Westglades and Walmart, but it literally, for me, it took about 3 times to get to my brother. He wouldn't pick up. I was nervous, but I finally got to him, and he told me that he was safe. That
had to be scary, wondering what happened to your brother if he was involved.
It was scary. I mean, I didn't hear from him in the morning, but right after, when I finally spoke to him, I was relieved that he was okay, because there could have been more people on the campus, shooting these kids. I mean, we had no idea how many shooters were on campus.
All right, so let's talk about Parents Promise to Kids. This is a group that you formed with your best friend, Max, or Zach rather, sorry, when you get that wrong, the day after. Talk to me about it. What exactly is Parents Promise to Kids?
Absolutely. So Parents Promise to Kids is a worldwide movement that has just taken off 2 weeks ago. A day after the shooting, my best friend, Zach Hibschman, came over to my house, and we were just so traumatized on what happened at Stoneman Douglas. And I mentioned earlier just that after the tragedy of Sandy Hook, Columbine, all these tragedies, nothing was changed. And this is where Zach and I are committed to make this change.
And the thing what we were just seeing on screen, you created these contracts. And this is the promise that you're talking about. Contracts that are between kids and their parents, kids and their grandparents, because you started getting those calls as well, demanding that having them promise that they will vote for legislators who offer sensible relations when it comes to guns.
Absolutely. So Parents Promise to Kids is a movement where we're asking every parent, grandparent, or really anyone to sign this contract and promise to their children that they will vote for ethical legislators who will support children's safety over guns.
And the powerful thing that we saw a second ago was you're asking people to, after they sign the contract, to send a picture. You're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, Parents Promise to Kids. I think your Twitter handle is @ParentsPromise. And you're asking people to upload those pictures. So again, and what I like about this is it also allows the kids and the parents to have a conversation like this. And this is an important conversation for them to have, isn't it?
Absolutely, 100% agreed. So what we are asking is every parent, grandparent to upload their contract to social media and use the hashtags #PPTK, #Parents Promise to Kids, and #Safety Over Guns. This movement is so powerful because no one ever thought about making this movement. And it is powerful because any child under 18, as of right now, cannot vote. And if their parents make this honorable promise to them, they will be heard in the elections, and politicians will hear their voices.
Now, you realize you're up against some powerful folks on the other side. I talked about the NRA. Let me play some sound. This is the way some of your fellow students discussed the NRA during the rally yesterday in Washington, D.C. Let's play the NRA sound.
When people try to suppress your vote, and there are people who stand against you because you're too young, we say no more. When politicians say that your voice doesn't matter because the NRA owns them, we say no more.
We cannot move on. If we move on, the NRA and those against us will win. They want us to forget. They want our voices to be silenced, and they want to retreat into the shadows where they can remain unnoticed. They want to be back on top, unquestioned in their corruption. But we cannot and we will not let that happen.
So this is another way to sort of take that movement forward? Talk to me more about it.
Absolutely. So the response has been just absolutely phenomenal. We've been receiving contracts all over the country, and it's just amazing to see that this contract started in Parkland, and it's making its way to the nation. I really think, after talking at the Parkland March for Our Lives, this contract is going to make a major impact in elections, because if we have all these people around the world sign this contract, it's going to make a major change, and I really think so. I really do.
Can parents be trusted to keep a promise?
I absolutely believe so. And the question that's been, coming towards us is, what parent would ever break a promise to their child?
All right, I want to take another break here. Then I want to come back. We can talk more about where this goes and just whether or not this is a moment or a movement. And that's a question I'll pose to you on the other end. When we come back, we'll have more with Adam Buchwald.